Yeah, we're trying to look for just basically how the traction control functions on the car, how it affects you guys. You know, what's the experience like?
Well, okay, in a real over-the-top type of scenario, what it is to keep us with our foot to the floor, so the driver doesn't really have to think about how much throttle to apply. You put your foot to the floor, it controls wheel spin and keeps you from spinning out while applying the maximum amount of power down to the ground. That's in a nutshell what it does. How it does this is by huge amounts of computing power very quickly. There's wheel speed sensors, rear, front, and when the rear wheel starts to exceed the front wheel speed by X amount of percentage you programmed in the computer, then it starts to retard power based on either ignition cut, fuel cut, or throttle removal. You know, so fly-by-wire throttle, it can do it all with the computer. So your foot stays down, it first pulls ignition timing away. It goes, hey, look, I can take 25, 30 horsepower away doing this. And then it gets to the end of that and it goes, okay, we're going to need more. You know, you're in a rain condition. I need to do 150 horsepower. And it'll start to do it all by itself with the throttle.
Great.
And you'll go through turns as a driver and you can start to hear it. And you know when you hear it, okay, I'm latched onto it, you put your foot to the floor and you commit. And, you know, you're going 130, 40 miles an hour in the corner now in the kink here. And I got my foot to the floor and I can hear it tickling on the ignition cut. And you know, if this thing were to malfunction, you would be 150 mile an hour ping pong ball between the walls. It is so precise and so perfect and so high end on the technology scale. Their F1 engineer that was directly involved in their Formula 1 engineering came here and rewrote all the software to the latest levels. And every driver smiles when you come off the corner. You can't, and you know, we have 10 settings in the car that we can adjust it to, and they're on push buttons and knobs, depending on what you want to adjust. And each driver has a different way of doing it. Some like more slip angle, some like, basically, the adjuster knob is the amount of angle you have on the car, let's say. So if I like to drive 4% of wheel spin, my angle is very little. And Joey likes 7% wheel spin. He definitely likes to drive sideways. And so this knob is an angle gauge, for layman's terms. And when you can maximize your traction control, the lap time just comes consistent, lap after lap after lap, and you have to trust it. You have to have faith in engineering that your brain tells you don't do it, and you have to have faith in it. And that is, in a nutshell, what it's all about.